The world's top athletes like Tom Brady, Heisman Trophy winner Desmond Howard, and Olympian Michael Phelps are icons for a reason. They know how to thrive in the middle of stress, and they have incredible discipline and mental strength. Life coach and motivational speaker Greg Harden has worked with these guys, and he's sharing some of his techniques that apply to everyone in his new book, Stay Sane in an Insane World: How to Control the Controllables and Thrive. And Greg joins us now. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you.
Well, I mean, it's not just athletes that you profile in this book. It's a lot of businessmen and leaders and icons. But, you know, I personally am a little bit most interested in the athletes. And I'm curious, you have a lot of tips in here and a lot of principles that you list in here. What are some that you find are most commonly adhered to pretty strictly by these great athletes?
That's a great question. What they adhere to that I really like is they bought into the whole idea of training themselves to give 100% of the time in everything they do, not just in sports, but in how they operate as a human being.
But I think you said there was one thing in there that you said was you can't give 100% of the time. Explain that a little bit.
Well, let's make it clear that if we're talking about being brutally honest with ourselves, I'm trying my best to create a default mode where I automatically go to trying to give 100%. The whole mission is to get it to the point where on my worst day, I'm better than the average person's best day because I give everything I've got.
You know what? I wonder about people. You know, there's got to be a degree of talent with in a lot of these situations too. I mean, I think people have watched American Idol, and we see people trying out that can't sing, and we're like, someone's telling them they can really sing, and they're giving it 100%. But when do you know to quit?
You know, you're funny. But think about what she's saying. Is there a time when I need to be clear that if I am committed to being an amazing human being, I may have to go in another direction. I have to convince a 19-year-old Tom Brady, you've got to decide with or without football, your life is going to be amazing. And that's going to turn you into a whole person, not just a caricature or a specific type who is only a football player. No, you're an amazing human being. And if this doesn't work, something else will.
You say to learn to build better habits. What are some of the habits, the bad habits these people have? Or is it more about developing a routine?
Well, it's really about being so sophisticated that I can identify what's working and what's not working in my life. What are my bad habits? I can't be the only one who doesn't know how I'm operating. I've got to be so sophisticated that I can check myself. I can catch myself when I am tripping, dipping, and slipping.
Ooh, tripping, dipping, and slipping. I like that.
Yeah, one of the things you mentioned in the title of the book is to control the controllables. What exactly do you mean by that?
Never forget that you're the only one who has control over your mind. You have to be so clear that you're in control of your thoughts, that you are also in control of your own feelings. How I feel about me cannot be based on things outside of me. I cannot have my happiness based on how much money I'm making, whether or not we won the game. My self-love and self-acceptance is the game changer.
You're enough. You're enough, Pat. You're enough. Just like you are, Larry. See? Yeah?
Hooray!
Is that what it is, though? Is a lot of it just a positive attitude, though?
But it's more about training myself to wake up every day knowing that I get to decide what kind of day I'm going to have. I decided, I should have warned you. I decided this morning that the day was going to be a magnificent day. You can say it's a positive attitude if you want, but I'm going to be so invested on how the day goes, I increase the chances that I'm right.
All right. Well, Greg, thank you so much. The book is Stay Sane in an Insane World, and you can find Greg on his site and on social media. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks for the opportunity.